Hey guys, Iceman here. And now Daddy has his Fortitude armor back and Gore Rider boots. So Mies can get right back into the swing of things when it comes to this epic Paladin build. A Zealer build. Freaking godly. Thanks to Shootin' Jimmy's for hooking me up with this stuff again when you guys here on YouTube, following me on this channel. Yeah, man, my channel's been growing. It's been great. Looking for more views and keep playing some D2. I think more people are getting on these days. It's epic. Hopefully we'll get a remastered version soon, and I'll definitely be making videos with that. But check out this build. Grief Phase Blade. Oh, this is the first one that I made, this ladder, and the only one that I've made this ladder. It's a mediocre roll. It could be worse. The damage, I believe, begins at plus 340, so mine's 370, not bad. But the item's godly. I mean, I don't have to keep going on about this, as I have before, but that core damage that it gives you is multiplied significantly with your multipliers, because you get that solid base damage of 370. So it's freaking godly. And it doesn't show up on screen, you know, your on-screen damage is going to be garbage. But it is significantly improved beyond this. Oh, no wonder why it looks a little weird, because I don't have might applied yet from the mercenary, because we're in town. I'm just going to try out conviction for a minute, but I'm going to go murder Satan. But grief and fortitude are such a godly combo. I'm not even using my fanaticism aura. And just look at this. It wastes the shit out of these guys. It's amazing. Now, let me go back to using fanaticism. The kill speed is improved a bit. See, here's fanaticism now. Obviously, you're swinging faster, you're doing more damage. Here's my on-screen damage now with the might from the mercenary. But this build rocks. And you can even switch over to charge if you want. 1 point into charge. And it's pretty effective, especially with the Oblivion Knights and like the little imps in Act 5. You can just, because they continually try to run away and stuff, you can just keep chasing after them and killing them one by one. But of course it's hard to beat Zeal. I mean, if you want to be quick at playing, you can use Zeal for when you're up close and then charge at the far ones, then switch right back to Zeal once you get to them. But this build is a hybrid that can murder the Ubers, Uber Tristram, no problem. 1 point in Smite. That's all you need, man. Especially if you're using Grief. Just 1 point in Smite. You know, you don't gotta waste all your points on Smite, because for the most part, I think it's a waste in general, unless if you're just strictly doing the Uber Tristram. You know, if you want to run around and kill stuff, just hitting everything one by one with Smite. Look at this. It sucks. And you don't life leech either, of course. Unless if you're wearing Drax. But, which I'm not right now. I'm wearing Laying of Hands because the 350% damage to demons is godly. Yeah. I have Drax in my stash. Just don't really feel like wearing them right now. And 99% of the time I don't wear them. If I were doing the Ubers, I would pop them on. Without a doubt. But a Ravenfrost, not a perfect one, good enough. String of Years, I take this over Verdungos, and I do have a Verdungos. But you get Life Leech with this. And the magic damage reduction really adds up over time. So it's a tough comparison, that and Dungos. And generally I prefer this. For the Ubers, of course, you might as well put on Dungos, but then again, it still is going to be a tough comparison because it doesn't have the magic damage reduction. It has faster hit recovery and vitality, but the magic damage reduction really adds up, and you're continually getting sprayed with elemental stuff if you're going against the Ubers. I mean, you're just surrounded by those mages with Mephisto, just getting pummeled, so it really adds up. Yeah, when you can reduce that some. Here's this epic Fortitude, a G-Face, faster hit recovery, crushing blow, deadly strike. Put an in this one. High Lords, Godly Amulet. Super low HOZ. I traded an IST for this, and it was already upped. You gotta up it. It barely gained any defense from that, but you get the smite damage. You don't really have to if you're using grief, but it helps. You might as well up it. So I traded for this, and it was already upped. It was already socketed, and it had the diamond in it. Pretty damn good deal. Go right. I don't have a torch with this character. I might have to get one. I have some runes to trade for Uber Tristram if I wanted to trade for the keys, but look at this charm. Pretty epic. All resist 13, 18 life. Pleased with that. Don't really need it on this character though. As you can see, my resistances, I remove it. I'll just need a small charm for lightning and a few for cold. I'd have them all maxed. So I might transfer this charm to another character. But yeah, this obviously it's not the fastest build when it comes to just slaying monsters. In fact, it's nowhere close. But it's very durable. It's fun to play. It counts for something. And obviously it has some versatility. You can do the Ubers. You can quickly run Shank. You can do the Travicle, which is probably the biggest selling point of a build like this. Is you can go and murder the council. And a lot of people, they hunt their runes that way. I haven't really found any good runes yet running the council, but I haven't done it to an extreme extent. Maybe I'll run them in just a minute here, but yeah, I wanted to kill Satan and show you guys the effectiveness of this. And Fortitude and Grief is an epic combo. Because you want to get the multipliers applied to your grief damage when you have that base damage. Now my Barbarian has most of my charms, but if you start filling up your inventory with max damage charms, like the 3 max damage small charms, or 10 max damage grand charms with attack rating, it really starts stacking up when you have good multipliers. Here's 300%. My Fanaticism gives, I think it's over 400. 424. So that's 724% enhanced damage right there, just off of those two things. And then the Might from your Merc, I think that's another 100%. Of course, as you continue to increase that, there are diminishing returns, but when you have that, those base numbers you're dealing with Grief and maybe even War Travelers, you get that 15 to 25 base damage added. So if you have a high Grief, like a 400 Grief, War Travs filled with max damage small charms, you're going to be just beating the shit out of everything. And it will be very gratifying. This character is nowhere near optimized, because I do switch often with the Barb. The Barb is a blast, and that's a Frenzy Barb. It might be slightly... Oh shit, I'm going to get my ass kicked. Hey, a shield. I'll probably trade for that shield. Or, that shield might be good for trade. You want to pick up the higher end white Paladin shields, because if you get one with resistances, people will socket it and make a spirit out of it. Or a sanctuary, in some cases, but most cases they'll make a spirit. Holy cow, look at that. If this thing had enhanced damage, like the cruel enhanced damage mod, it would be epic. Sometimes those, it'd be pretty tight anyway. Yeah, you gotta get those rare elite items, and sometimes you'll find one that's worth a lot. So if you identify those, you get one with like several 100% enhanced damage with a max damage per character level, especially max damage per AR for character level. You start running into some valuable shit there. Now this one sucks. It's only 8. Resist all, and it's a low end one. You got to get like an elite one. Here's the one that I have I could trade. 27, kind of low though. You want to get it closer to 40. But I've traded several of these. Resists in the low 30s with just a decent defense. You could trade them for like a Mal rune, an Ist rune sometimes. And it really starts helping out. When it comes to the path of godliness, if that's the path you're on. Here's Satan. You can just zeal the shit out of him, or you can switch over to Smite. You might as well switch over to Smite, because it hits him every time, and your attack rating kind of sucks if you're this build. You're not optimized like my guy. But there's solutions for that. You can pop on Angelic's Ring and Amulet, and another Angelic's Ring, and get your Cannot Be Frozen from something else. Maybe put a Charm Rune in your shield or in your helmet. In your helmet in that case, because you'll get the 20 res out of your shield almost, with the diamond. 19, but and then you could zeal the shit out of bosses, and usually you're not going to run into any issue, but you might as well smite them. Oh, interesting. I could sell that to the mercs. But yeah, this hybrid build is a good time, and I just haven't even decided on where to max all my points yet. I should pump more into vitality. But I like keeping a little less, I like keeping some available. For Dex, for example, maybe one day I want to switch out this Raven Frost, and if I do, I won't be able to wear the Grief, so if I add 15 to Dex right now, I could. I just like keeping it open for other items, if I want to switch out and experiment some. I have 17 skill points as well, just not really sure where to put them just yet. There's a few things you can max, like Sacrifice, for example. In fact, if you start doing that, your Zeal damage is going to be amped up big time. See, I have 12% every point. In fact, that's a multiplier that I didn't even add earlier on. When I was saying the Fanaticism gives you 424, the Grief, or the Fort 300, and the Zeal 138, not much at all, but you're going to get more if you max Sacrifice or start pumping it up. That's probably where I'll distribute the remainder of these points. You can max Conviction as well for Ubers, and if you get Conviction over level 21, that's all you have to do. You don't even have to max it. Just get it over 21, and it'll override Uber Tristram's Conviction, because his Conviction is level 20. And that's how it works. If you override it with yours, then his won't apply to you. So you would just have Conviction equipped instead of Fanaticism for when you kill Mephisto. And you won't have to worry about stacking your res to crazy extents in order to survive him. Oh, I already murdered them here. That's right. That was earlier on. What do you guys think of this build and this combination of stuff? Let me know in the comments section below. And like this damn video if you haven't yet. I'm the Iceman. Peace be with you.